For sample 2.7, determine the reactions for the beam shown in figure 2.21. So, ito yun. Due to the presence of hinges at C and D, separate the beam into three segments AC, CD, and DF as shown. So, ito yun, AC, CD, and then DF. And then by superposition, yung mga loads, triangular tsaka uniform load, co-convert natin siya ng concentrated loads. So yung triangular load na 4 dito tapos 0 sa dulo, magiging 36. Ang 36 na yan yung area nitong triangle. So that is 4 times 18 divided by 2 will give you 36. Ito naman, this will be 2 times 14 will give you 28 kilonewton. Tapos, ito, inclined loading yan. So, you have to break this into its component forces. So, may vertical tsaka horizontal force. So, let's break this 10 kilonewton inclined load into its vertical and horizontal components. So, ito yon. Meron siyang 3, 4, 5 triangle. So, ang ibig sabihin yan yung triangle, okay, with 3 as its horizontal and 4 as its vertical. So, yung 10, ayan, yan yung hypotenuse niya or the resultant force. We will convert that into its vertical Fy and then its horizontal Fx. So, ito yung 3, 4, 5 triangle and then meron tayong angle dito na theta. So, by trigonometry, sine of theta is equal to 4 all over hypotenuse, 4, 5. Then cosine theta is equal to adjacent all over hypotenuse, which is 3, 5. Now, this is equivalent to the force triangle with 10 kilonewton as its hypotenuse. And then, kukunin natin ngayon yung Fy at Fx. So, similarly, Fy all over F, okay, is equal to sine theta. But remember that sine theta is equal to 4/5. So, ang mangyayari dyan, Fy now becomes F times sine theta. But what is sine theta? Yan, 4/5. So, this becomes now 10 times 4/5. Ganon din dito. Cosine theta is equal to, take note na meron ding angle dyan. Cosine theta is equal to Fx all over hypotenuse. So, by transposition, Fx now becomes F times cosine theta. But what is cosine theta? It is 3/5. So, this becomes now 6 kilonewton. And finally, yung section na CD with 10 kilonewton na inclined loading, magiging ganito na yung figure niya. So, 8 yung vertical, tapos meron kang 6 kilonewton na horizontal load. And you have here the reaction RC being vertical, and then dito, dalawa, RDV being vertical also, tapos RDH being its horizontal reaction. Ngayon, ang application of load niya is at 3 meters from point D. So, balik tayo dito. Taking CD as free body, remember na ito yung figure ni CD, okay? So, summation moment at D is equal to 0. Ngayon, ano ang forces na nasa CD? You have the reactions, C, reactions D. Then you have the vertical component na 8, tsaka yung horizontal component na 6. Wala na yung 10. Kasi convert na natin siya noong 8 tsaka 6. So, taking moments at D, this becomes now 8 being the lever arm of RC. Note na clockwise is positive. Okay? Followed by 8 times lever arm na 3. Yung 8 is negative dahil counter-clockwise ang kanyang direction. Yung 6, hindi na compute kasi 6 passes through the axis of rotation point D. Now that is equal to 0. So, masosolve mo dyan ngayon si RC, which is 3 kN. From this equation, RC na lang ang unknown. And next, summation moment at C is equal to 0. Ang consider naman natin ngayon is RD. This time, still clockwise direction is positive. Note na si RD is counterclockwise with respect to C. Kaya negative siya, no? So, 8 times RDV plus 8 times lever arm na 5, okay? From point C to 8 is 5 meters is equal to 0. So, from here, you get the reaction D vertical, which is 5. And then, finally, reaction H is equal to 6 kilonewton. Wala nang ibang horizontal force kundi yung 6. Next is, bakit merong horizontal force sa D samantalang sa C wala? Look here, it is so because dito sa point C, lahat ng supports dito is roller support. Wala talagang kokontra ng horizontal movement. Samantalang dito sa D, sa bandang right niya, meron kang pin support dito. Okay, so obviously, may pin dito, magtra-transmit din yung horizontal support dito sa D. Kaya nagkaroon ka ng reaction D horizontal doon, which happens to be 6 kilonewton. Next, we now move to AC as your free body. Again, yung triangular loading ngayon, kinonvert na natin siya ng point load or concentrated load na 36, which is 6 meters from point A. The free body of AC has supports at A and B. Ngayon, yung support ng beam CD, pupunta na siya dito at point C. Magiging parang concentrated na load na siya ngayon applied to B, which happens to be 3 kilonewton. Okay? Yan. So, isusulat na natin siya ngayon. Ang magiging free body nitong AC ngayon is parang ganyan na siya. Okay? So, meron kang dalawang point load, 36, tsaka yung 3 kilonewton na reaction nung CD. So, okay, so let's review. Summation moment B is equal to 0, taking clockwise as positive direction. So, yung 12 times RA. Okay? Yung 12, yan yung lever arm. Dito tayo ngayon nag-take moments at B. Minus 36 times 6. Yung 36, yan yung pababa. Minus dahil it will cause counterclockwise. And then, plus 3 times 6. Yung 3, ito yung support ng CD. Then you have the lever arm 6. Plus dahil clockwise direction is equal to 0. Ang unknown mo dito ngayon is RA lang. That is 16.5. Notice na ang advantage ng taking moments is usually isa lang ang nagiging unknown mo. Okay? This time, summation moment at A equal to 0. Okay? Para makuha mo yung reaction at B. So, 12 times reaction at B, negative yan dahil counterclockwise. And then plus 36 times 6. Ito. Dahil clockwise, and then plus 3, ito yun, times lever arm na 18 equals to 0. So, from there, RB is 22.5. And finally, ito naman na. Yung reaction B, which is 5 kilonewton, dito mapupunta. Tapos, etong uniform load na 2, naging 28. So, that is 2 kilonewton meter times 14 meters is equal to 28. Okay? Ito siya. And then, take note na dito meron siyang inclined support which is 3, 4, 5. Ngayon, ang magiging reaction niyan is something like this. So, this becomes now RF vertical. Then you also have RF horizontal. Now let's look at this reaction support. Yung triangle niya ay 3, 4, 5. Pero dito, yung 3, 4, 5 din siya. Pero yung horizontal 3. Dito yung horizontal 4. Baliktad dito. Dapat this is 4. And then ito dapat yung 3. Okay? So, yan. In that way, yung horizontal reaction mo magiging 0.6. And then, ito naman magiging 0.8. Yung 0.8 na yan, nanggaling yan sa sine theta, which is 4 all over 5. Okay, remember that F RF vertical is equal to RF sine of theta. Okay, but what is sine of theta? It is opposite all over hypotenuse. So RF times sine of theta, 4 all over 5. 450 is equal to 0.8. Okay? Tapos cosine theta naman is 3 all over 5. Yan yung 0.6. Now let's go back to beam DF. Ang mga naka-load dito sa DF, you have the 28 kilonewton, also the 5 kilonewton na reaction at DV, ito. So, pababa na yan. Tapos, we have reactions E, vertical, tsaka reaction EH. Okay? And also the reactions at F na vertical, which is 0.8 RF, tsaka reaction F na horizontal, which is 0.6 RF. Let's take DF as free body. Ito siya. So, summation moment at point F is equal to 0. Dito tayo magte-take moment. So, REV, which is this one, multiplied by 10, lever arm. Take note na it is causing clockwise direction, kaya plus. And then, minus 5 times 14. Yung 5, ito yun. And then, lever arm na 14. Minus 28 times 7. Ito, lever arm na 7. Is equal to 0. Yung 6 kilonewton, hindi na natin isinali. Yung reaction EH, hindi rin kasali. Because this horizontal forces passes through 0.8. So from this equation, you can now get reaction at E vertical is 26.6. And then summation moment at point E is equal to 0. Itong 0.8 RF, ito yan. Okay? Yung vertical reaction at point F. And it is negative dahil nagka-counter clockwise direction siya. Minus 5 times 4, ito. That is 4. Negative because it is counterclockwise. Plus 28 times 3. Ngayon, yung 3 na yan, ito yun. It is this distance. Okay? Lever arm ng 28 at point E is 3 meters. Remember na 7 plus 3 would give you 10. Is equal to 0. So from this, RF is equal to 8 kilonewton. And then summation forces horizontal is equal to 0. Let's look at beam DE. Actually, there are two horizontal reactions at point E, which is, ayan, take note, this is pin. Tapos, yung horizontal reaction na 0.6 R sub F. Okay? So, 0.6 R sub F, tsaka yung REH. But, meron na tayong value ng RF. Okay? So, yung horizontal reaction dun is equal to 0.6 times 8. So what is left now is RE sub H only. So summation forces horizontal would be, okay, equate muna natin yan ng 0, taking rightwards as positive, okay? So, ang mangyayari dyan, REH, ayan, okay, so this is okay, so REH plus 6 kilonewton, yan, mga horizontal forces, minus 0.6 RF is equal to 0. But what is RF? It is equal to 8. Okay, so REH now is equal to, yung 0.6, lipat mo sa labas, magiging 0.6 times RF na 8. Yung 6 transpose mo sa labas, minus 6. So, this becomes now negative 1.2. Okay, so let's compare. REH is equal to 0.6 times 8 minus 6, negative 1.2. Okay, so ganyan ang computation nun. As a check, summation of reactions is equal to RA is equal to RB plus REV plus 0.8 RF. This simply means summation forces vertical is equal to 0. So, lahat ng reactions is equal to 72. Dapat ganun din, lahat ng loads is also equal to 72. Okay? Or, we can rewrite this as summation forces vertical is equal to 0, taking upwards as positive. Okay? So, meron tayong RA plus RB plus RE plus 0.8 RF. Okay? What are those? Ito yun, RA, RB, tapos REV plus 0.8 RF. Yan yung vertical. And then, lahat ng pababa. Minus, ito, 36. Minus yung 8. Then, minus 28 is equal to 0. Take note na hindi natin isinali dito yung RC tsaka yung RD. Because these are just reactions ng hinge. And also, ang hinge, hindi yan connected sa ground. Okay? Summation forces vertical is equal to 0. Lahat ng pataas gagawin nating positive. So we have here RA, RB, and then REV, ito, vertical. Tapos 0.8 RF. Okay? So, ayan. And then minus the loads. So we have 36. And then 8, and we have 28. For RA, we have 16.5. For RB, 22.5. For RE vertical, 26.6. And then 0.8 RF, ito. Then minus 36, minus 8, minus 28. So that is equal to 0, equal to 0. Okay? Which is basically the same as this.